Hello everyone. I did a live yesterday. Bit of a learning curve. I'm outside, and the live that I did yesterday, I walked more around the property, like a little farther away from the house, and I realized I can't do that because the internet signal, my Wi-Fi, gets weaker the farther away I go. Now I do have a good internet connection. We're using Starlink here because I do a lot of uploading videos to social media, and it's the fastest and the strongest, and it's been the most reliable. So that's what we're using here, and I'm very close to Toronto in Ontario, Canada. It works good for us. So we tried a lot of other providers and they just couldn't do it. They were always either not working or the videos would freeze, so we had to make a choice. So we've been with them about 3 years now. I can see as I'm walking around, all the bugs are coming out. I don't know if I flip this, you can see it. I don't know if you can see them. Maybe a little bit of reflection of them in the sun. They're very small little bugs. We get them every spring, I guess. As it warms up, all the insects come out. But I want to take some time and kind of let you know what some of my thoughts are. So if you've been following me on YouTube, if you're not, please hit subscribe and like my videos. But if you've been following me on YouTube or all my other social platforms, just put my name in, Jody Albert Maas. That's my brand. That's what I use. I tried to keep it consistent so it's easy. But you'll know that I post a lot of videos about outside nature. Walking around. I like to make content that's real. It's me. It's basically unedited. Like, I don't take pieces out. If I make mistakes and I pronounce words, that's me. I'm human. So I want you to know that I'm real, especially now in the days of AI, which I believe AI has a very big place in our futures as we move forward. But I don't think it should be taken over. We should still know who's authentic and who's not. So I make lots of content, hopefully trying to get people to think outside the box. Hello everyone, welcome. Thanks for joining my live. Hello, thanks for joining me. So my content generally, it has a spiritual kind of theme to it. And by spiritual, it could be anything from, well, you see, I got crystals on, and the brown beads I made when I was 17 years old. That was probably over 40 years ago. So I'm spiritual, I like crystals, I receive information, but the way I receive information is I believe, actually I know that everyone can receive it. It's just that life kind of insulates us from what's around us. But with me, for some reason, all my life, it's just kind of come through. It's been there. It's been a strong presence. I don't have to go into a trance or it's just I can get the information immediately. And that's the message. I have a very strong Arcturian connection. And if you follow me and join me, you'll be able to understand more. It's so hard for me to put it into words when I'm doing a live and I only have so much time. Where am I from? I'm up here. I'm in Canada, in the province of Ontario, and I personally live about 30 minutes from Toronto, Ontario, and I'm about, I would say, an hour from Niagara Falls. Yeah, you can ask me any kind of questions you want. I'm just trying to give some background on who I am and what I'm trying to do on social media. So I've been on years ago when the world went through those strange times we went through, I went onto social media in order to reach people. I had written a book about my experiences. It's called The Time Is Now. I self-published it all. We edited it ourselves, and we got it out over social media. So that's why I originally got on, because really, I was born in the days and worked in the days where we didn't even have fax machines. I remember the first calculators, the first fax machines, so that's how old I am. If I miss your message right off the bat, it's because the sun's shining in my eyes. What do I do in Canada? You're looking at it. This is what I do. I'm a content creator and an author. I've written a book, and I'm working on my second book now. And that's what I do. I make crystal devices. I have about a 7 or 8 foot pyramid in my basement, 3-sided. That's my world. Yeah, Canada's a nice place. It's all good, yeah. I'm just trying to really trying to introduce myself. So I'm a spiritual guy. If you have questions, you can ask me. I've pretty well done a lot of things, a lot of it. I'm a past president of the Canadian Society of Dowsers, so I use the L rods, for finding energy and for finding water, what have you. But what my intention is now is to do more of these lives, and I'm very keen on learning to do live streaming. So I now have a Twitch account to go on and do this kind of interaction with people on Twitch and on YouTube. I'm understanding they're pretty compatible, so you just have to be patient with me because it's a learning curve, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very honest. That's why I used my name. My name is my brand. I'm not hiding behind fake titles. I really believe in this era that we're in, and in these new energies that we're in. We have to be authentic. We have to be ourselves. We have to be honest, and just anything else isn't going to work. So that's the plan. I'll be trying Twitch and YouTube. Plus, I make a lot of shorts on YouTube as well. So I don't know how many I've made, but I've been doing them for years. The short videos under a minute. There's lots of them that I have on YouTube, and I've got longer videos. You'll see if you go through the longer videos that I used to have a podcast, but I let that go. I just couldn't do it all. It takes too much time. I don't know how easy it is to travel around the world. I don't travel. I'm not sure. I think it's pretty easy still in Canada, but I don't know. No, I haven't done anything on Twitch yet. I just have the account. I've never done it. From what I understand, I've been watching some videos on it, YouTube videos. I have to bring followers from my other platforms there. It's not really the type of platform where you create followers there. You have to have an established following, and then you can make videos and I guess save them, and you can cut them up for shorts and whatever to be used on YouTube. And they also said TikTok. I have a TikTok account too. So right now it's just I want to help people. I want to try and inspire them. I want to try and, where I can, educate them from the experiences I've been through. I believe if I can help people along the path, that's my way of making the world a better place. Does anybody else have questions? I'm outside now. I'm going to flip the camera for a minute. There's my Starlink up there. See the dish I got on a picnic table? That's my Starlink. But all the herbs, like I made in my video yesterday, all the herbs are starting to grow. I did cut some of the grass yesterday. I'm very fortunate that where I'm living now, that we rent this place. There's a nice stream in the back. That's a valley that drops down about probably 60 to 80 feet. And there's a big stream down there, and we have wildlife here. It's really quite nice. I actually have a good following on YouTube at the moment. I got almost, I think, 4,600 subscribers. It's not huge, but it's going in the right direction. If you want, please subscribe to my channel. Like some of my videos. Helps me out, eh? I really want to get somewhere where there's a lot of interaction between people out in the world and myself. I know people have a lot of questions. I know a lot of things. When I was learning, when I was waking up, you could say spiritually, there was nobody that we could talk to. There were no books, very few anyways. So I wanted to make myself available because I know that experiences I've had, other people have as well. And if we don't share and we don't talk to each other, life gets really challenging, and people tend to want to isolate themselves. That's not always good. So this is how I use the internet. I use my social media, hopefully to empower people and to help them. There's a lot of good people. Yeah, I'm very lucky that we were able to get into this place. When we originally got here, I think we've been here about 12 years now. I was a stone carver. I was carving large granite boulders and making sinks and countertops out of it. So I needed the space, and there was nobody around, but over the last 12 years, the development has just gone crazy. And now there's houses everywhere. But we still have this little piece of green. I harvest a lot of herbs in the spring. Like I said, there's burdock root, there's catnip, there's garlic mustard, there's mullein, plantain of all kind, stinging nettles. There's lots of stuff here, yeah, which is good. I make tea out of it, eh? Yeah, I hope I can do it too, Eddie. I'm just going to do it. I've put it off for years. Like, I have had the Twitch account for a long time, but never used it. I always thought, because I'm older, eh? I'm not a gamer, but my research has said that there are parts of the Twitch channel, I guess, that are for chats and for talking, just like we're doing, and that's where I hope to fit in. What's it like where you are? Where are you guys located? If you don't mind, you can just say the country, or you don't have to narrow it down too narrow. Ah, from Turkey. That's a place I would have liked to have gone. Still might get there in my life, yeah. There's a lot of nice culture there, a lot of knowledge. That's the incredible thing about this internet, is we can talk to people all around the world. I'll kind of watch my signal, but I'm going to see if I can go for a little walk around the property, but I'll stay close to the house. You can see the stone in the field. I have stones around my property. It helps to make the energy better, to harmonize the energy. So I have my house in the shape, there's 3 stones forming a triangle around the house. That's the west. You can see the sun, eh? Look how bright it is. All those houses, when I moved here, I used to live where those houses were. And then we had to move out and they built them all. There's probably close to 15,000 houses built around here now in the last 12 years. It's crazy. Here comes the sirens. They seem to still be having a good signal. See, there's some of the stones I used to carve. These are small compared to the big ones. I'll have to move all these out of here. But you can see I started making a sun. Oh, Milton's growing like crazy. They just keep building. See the sun? All done with chisels. I don't know if you can see that big white building there. They developed that lot. They were supposed to build 3 of those buildings. They started the one, took the crane down because nobody's buying them. There's a huge market crash here in Canada, especially this part around Toronto. They say the markets have dropped 30%. People aren't buying, they just don't have extra money. So I'm very fortunate. I like green. In a few weeks, the leaves come out, it'll be beautiful. You can watch me, I'll do some lives. It's a totally different place. Cutting the grass gives me some exercise, and I make my videos, and I'm doing some writing. Maybe you can see the stream down there, Eddie. Yeah, see the water? It's a beautiful stream. And there's fish in there. In the fall we have salmon. So it's very inspirational for me. I come out here and meditate. Does anybody have any questions? They want to ask me anything? I'm in the shade now. I can see the screen a little bit better. We have coyotes here. Last fall we had a deer here. You know, lots of things. Lots of animals. So a little bit more about me is I do teach workshops on how to do dowsing, how to find a stream of water with L-rods, how to find energy centers. I do have sessions in my pyramid that I offer, so people come occasionally to go in my pyramid. I have what's called an Arcturian Star Lodge, and it's a It's like a small structure, and there's a heat source in there. I have a wood stove in there, and it gets really hot, and I throw water on it, and we sweat, we drum, we sing, we work with energies and have a spiritual experience. So I do that. I was doing an online guided visualization that was good. People enjoyed that. See, I'm getting prompts from YouTube on how to do certain things, but I don't know how to do it. I'm on my cell phone right now because I kind of like making videos outside. I can do it inside. I don't know if I can do a live on my desktop or not. I have to figure that one out. But I like people to see the outside, to see the sky, and lots of interest. Look at those clouds up there. Hi, Tom. I'm in Canada. I'm in Ontario, and I'm about 30 minutes from Toronto. Where are you from? I like to look at the sky. I'm very fascinated by clouds. They say they're not real clouds, but I think they look pretty cool. Well, you're in Canada too, Tom? Near Hamilton. I was born and raised in West Hamilton, out by McMaster University. Currently living in Milton. I'm actually going to Hamilton tomorrow. Nice to meet you. Yep, I was born and raised in West Hamilton. Then I lived in Dundas for a while. Then I moved out to Oakville and then up to Milton. I tell everybody Toronto because they don't know where Milton's from, but they know where Toronto's from generally. This whole area, this whole part of Ontario has seen dramatic change in the last few years. Stony Creek, yeah. I'm going to, well, I guess it's technically Stony Creek. I'm going on Saturday to a place called Grassy on Mud Street. Yeah, I got a friend that lives down there, so I'll be making that trek on Saturday. Lots of traffic. I like going to, I don't know if you've ever been there, Hutch's on the beach. I go for fish and chips. They've been there. My mom used to tell me when she was a little girl they were there. They actually moved down the beach a little bit, I think, but they've been on that beach strip for like years. Oh yeah, you ride bikes? Yep, that's nice. Yeah, that's where I'm going, Grassy. I don't like going over the Skyway Bridge. Boy, if there's an accident anywhere along that route, you're sitting there for hours. Unless you can get on that low-level bridge. That's risky too sometimes. If a boat's coming through, they got to lift the bridge up. The weather's just perfect, you know. I like it when it's warm before the humidity gets here. In the summer it gets pretty humid sometimes. I remember Hamilton being pretty humid. It's not so bad now. The steel companies are not as big as they used to be. There's a beautiful butterfly. You see him? Oh, there he goes. Springtime and new life. That little kind of structure there, that's my Arcturian Star Lodge. I use a wood stove as a heat source and go in there, and that's where we do our drumming and singing and spiritual energy work. Oh, you're giving your age away, I think. The Stony Creek Dairy, yeah. And there was an Asceti's Pizza that used to have great pizza in Stony Creek. That was way back. It might still be there, but I don't think the pizza would be the same. Yeah, Stony Creek Dairy. Those are the good old days. I think back, you know, my parents, they used to say, oh, it was better when we were a kid. Now I'm thinking back, and you know, you mentioned Stony Creek Dairy and things and Hutch's, and yeah, I think it was better when we were younger. Pee Wee's Pizzeria. You know Pee Wee's? I was in there last Wednesday night. Yep, I knew all of them. Yeah, I used to live in Pee Wee's in the West End all the time when I was young. I was going to mention Pee Wee's to you. Anybody that's been around Hamilton for a while remembers it. Still the same owner. Well, there was original owners, but they passed away. But one of the fellas that was a partial owner became a full owner. So he's still there, recognized me. I haven't seen him in probably 35 years. I worked all my life in Hamilton. Then things change, people move out. I follow this Hamilton site on Instagram. Forget what it's, I think it's called Old Hamilton or something. And they show pictures of what it was like 40, 50 to 100 years ago. Some of the magnificent buildings we had. And they took them all down and built these little red brick buildings, you know. Mother's Pizza in Westdale, yep. I've been there lots of times too. I think it's called the Snooty Fox now, if it still is. I used to like the Westdale Cinema too. I think it's more of a theater kind of thing now, maybe, or I don't know. It's I don't think they have the mainstream movies there anymore. Somebody bought it. Yeah, that was nice. I lived in Westdale for, I think, about 3 years. The students kind of took over the West End now. It was getting really crazy when I used to live on Dalewood Avenue, and they'd just come in and swarm the streets and going through yards, and I got out of there. Guess education's the new industry. Yeah, I'm finding myself in a position now that I'll probably have to get out of here soon because the building's going on, and I've contemplated moving back to Hamilton, but I'm not sure. But I think I'm going to run for now. Tom, it's been great. Really? Beach Balls Pizzeria used to be there, right on the corner. I forget what it's called now. It's still the same name it was years ago. So Beach Balls, I'll throw one out to you. The Collins Hotel. That was a different place. Was in there once or twice when I was young. When I was young and not so much on a spiritual path, that was a really tough place to be. You didn't really look around too much in there. It's all gone, all memories. Well, I ate at Chan's lots of times. I used to live in the white building, the white apartment building there, right behind Chan's. I think it's about a 7-story building or a 5-6-story building. Yeah. What was that? Chan's a lot. They had the best Chinese food. Wow, you got my mind moving now. I just found out that Canadian Tire moved out of Dundas and it moved up in University Plaza, you know where the Dominion store used to be? Well, I worked at the University Bowling Alley when I was a kid. I worked there for years and paid my way through high school and college. Yeah. Well, Tom, I'm going to run, but I really appreciate the conversation we had. You stirred some old memories. I want to thank everybody for joining me on this live. It's my second one. If you like what we're doing, you have ideas, feel free to message me. Please feel free to subscribe and click like on my shorts and videos. It helps a lot. And well, I'm glad it came up, Tom, because I really enjoyed this conversation. Watch for me again. I'm going to try and do more lives, maybe even daily. Plus, I'll be doing a lot more posting. I'm spending most of my time now on YouTube. And like I said earlier, I'm going to explore Twitch, only from the streaming aspects of it, and make the content. And apparently I can stream on both channels. But anyways, that's getting technical and it's new to me. But I want to thank everybody for joining me. Really appreciate it. And I look forward to talking to everyone again. Have a wonderful evening.